So, hello everyone. My name is Kaspar. Thank you all for attending. I hope you will have a wonderful time during this webinar. Hopefully, some of you will learn something new. Probably some of you will just get approval for themselves that they're going in the right direction. And most importantly, hopefully, some of you will get that needed final push to take this road of collecting real-time data about your production. So, today we are here to discuss the need of data collection in your factory, what data to collect, how to collect it, and how to use the collected data in the most effective way. I have also added some user cases to this webinar, and the main idea is to prove that saying that you can't improve what you don't measure is in factory management context 100% correct. If you don't know the current situation in your production, it would be impossible to say if any kind of changes in the process are effective or counter-effective. So let's go to the ideas. I've selected some data collection features that might be, let's say, key points to the data collection in the factory. I'll go from the left side, so the real-time visibility. By this, we mean that the real-time data should be visible and accessible for everyone. It should be projected on some screens on your production areas, in lunch areas, and in management offices. This will result in everyone knowing the current situation of the machines, also knowing what the machines have been up to during the day, what is the efficiency, how many interruptions, what are the reasons of the interruptions, and so on. So overall transparency of the production and your machines. By advanced dashboards, from different dashboards, the machines are quickly accessible for more detailed data. You would get to know quickly detailed production data, speed, cycle times, interruptions, and much, much more. By key performance indicators, KPIs, basically you would need to decide what would be the key performance indicators that should be met to keep your performance at its peak. Either its speed, pieces per minute, meters per minute. This also is depending on the specifics of your production. So this may vary a lot. For the best performance, we would suggest to set the KPIs for a shorter period, basically rather a day or a week than a quarter. This will allow you to take actions a lot faster and also see the results in much faster rate. Set yourselves daily or weekly automatic emails with the reports and analyze them systematically. You can collect the data about those metrics and make needed changes if needed. So notifications configuration, SMS, email, app, and push notifications, and so on. So what I mean by this is that you could set up the notifications for your machine downtimes. So the responsibles and the mechanics would get to know immediately when the machine has been stopped by getting an SMS or an email, or you could set it up the way that it will send an email or SMS when a specific interruption occurs. For example, if there is some mechanical error, then the mechanic will get an SMS or an email, or if the machine is out of material, then the automatic message would be sent to the warehouse. Integrations with other production and business level systems, basically ERP integrations. It would have a huge value if you had connected the production information collecting straight to the ERP system itself. The two-way connection would result in endless possibilities. You could send the production plans to the operators directly from the ERP planner. You could send the data collected from the machines directly to your ERP system, get the real-time availability to your ERP system, know when machines have been stopped, get feedback instantly, build the bonus system for the employees. So basically, possibilities are endless. And also great news for people who are using Microsoft Business Central or MRP Easy. We have created this thing we call Global Reader Connector plugin, which basically would mean that you can connect either Microsoft Business Central or MRP Easy with only a few clicks to our system. So please use this if you have this kind of ERP systems. Equipment running history. You would get to know exactly what your machine was doing at any period in the past. Basically, you can get as detailed as needed. What date, what time, what product, what interruptions, the operator data, you name it. Detailed reporting. See exactly what and how many products you were doing. See batches, efficiency of different products, and so on. Analyze all the data and let it help you in making wise business decisions. And most importantly, let it reflect in your efficiency and revenue. So by statistical process control, measure scrap efficiently by each production process separately. You can analyze the scrap and reduce waste by measuring each process in the production separately. So you would get to know how many details went into the process and how many came out. So this kind of percentage. And most importantly, the OEE, the overall equipment efficiency. Basically compare expectations with reality by measuring availability, performance, and quality. We can get the gold standard for measuring manufacturing productivity. The higher it is, the more efficient is your productivity. So why to collect the data? One of the main reasons would be getting rid of paper documentation. And the reason is because it's just very slow. Someone has to write it down. The papers are collected, and usually it is needed to insert the collected data into some sort of Excel or something like that. Eventually, it uses a lot of resources to get any kind of information from there. It's slow. You could save the environment and also your costs from the paper itself. You could see all the data live, use the auto-generated reports anytime you want, and analyze and compare any time periods easily. Reduce waste and scrap. Set up the system for quality control, and you could get the detailed information about scrap. As mentioned before, you would get the scrap by each operation separately if you would like. By measuring how many pieces went in, how many pieces came out. Improve business processes and performance metrics. Analyze the collected data and use the data for business decisions. Basically, this will all result in calculating the real cost of your products and might be the reason why sometimes you lose some tenders. Faster response time to problems. You can see immediately when the line has stopped or running slow. You can react, you can set up the notifications. Whoever is the responsible can move within minutes rather than finding out after the end of the shift. More real-life based decision making. Use the real-time data to see the effects of the changes immediately. You shouldn't wait for monthly or quarterly reports to get the feedback. You can start seeing the influence of your changes immediately, and you can then see if they are productive or counterproductive according to your system. Optimize and improve manufacturing cycle. With all the collected data, you can easily sort out the bottlenecks, optimize different processes, and improve the manufacturing cycle generally. So to reduce faulty data inserts, all the data will be generated to the system automatically from the sensor. the human error will be removed, and the data itself doesn't have any opinion. It is just showing what it is counting. So it doesn't have any reasons to manipulate with the data. Improve throughput. Basically just reduce the time your product is in the making by removing the bottlenecks and interruptions. The time of making your product reduces immensely. This is also something that is shown quite well in the product's own price. So something that should be taken quite seriously. Minimize manual data entry. The same, besides of winning some time, it will also remove the human error and all kind of different reasons for manipulating with data. And minimize machine downtime, analyze the interruption reasons, and take actions to prevent them. This will also result in increased availability. Okay, what data to collect? So I try to put it real simple, that productions vary, but the key metrics for performance analysis mostly stay the same for each industry. 90% of the times, not depending on industry, we measure either meters, pieces, or work time. We compare machines' active time and loss of speed with its reasons, and downtime with its reasons. And by measuring scrap, we can get the quality percentage, and by measuring or counting the produced products, we get the quantity and productivity. And some of the use cases I chose from different fields of manufacturing. For example, one of our clients, sheet metal components manufacturers, started off with this situation over here with the interruption durations by hour in a week. And it ended up quite soon in this position over here, when you can see by each hour of the day how many interruptions took place. And the sole reason for this was the reason of inserting the interruption reasons, and this gave them the possibility to deal with them, and also this is the outcome of it. And as we can see, there is still lots of undiscovered potential over here on this pink, which is the undefined interruption. So this machine is doing quite well. Also, another data use case of the data collection is this thermally modified wood and sauna material manufacturer. As you can see from the slide over here, then defining the undefined interruptions will already have an effect on their duration. And this itself already affects some of the key metrics. For example, the average speed, the amount of either pieces or product done, and also the performance. So as for the third use case, I chose this dairy company of cheese producer. So quite often there is a question if we have reached the maximum capacity of the machine, and if we need to buy some more equipment. Usually there is a lot of hidden production capacity. You just have to start collecting data to find it. As you can see from the graphs, that by increasing the OEE, the availability increased 23.6%. And this is from the point when they were basically ready to make an investment into new machine, and quite expensive machine. So there is always some hidden potential in the machine before you buy new and quite expensive equipment. So now we have reached the global reader itself. The solution, we have this super easy 3-step connection consisting of sensor, black box, and the power adapter. Sensor is needed to install on the machine, Either it's production line, CNC, or planer. The sensor itself might be different. For lines, we usually measure pieces. For CNCs, it's usually work time for current sensor. And for planar example, it's usually meters. So the sensor needs to be connected to the black box, which will send the data to the cloud. And as soon as you connect the power adapter, we will already start receiving the data and showing it to you through the global reader environment. So really easy build up. Last year, over half of our deployments were already this do-it-yourself solution. About the pricing, everything is monthly based and built basically like Spotify or any other subscription based service. If you don't like it, let us know. We have this 30 days pre-notice period, and after that, just send the devices back, and that's it. Prices start from 69 euros per month, which includes needed hardware and basic analytics. There are no hidden fees, no installation fees, no installing fees, no starting fees, or whichever fees you could think of, only the monthly subscription. Everything is browser-based, so no need to install any software. If Google Chrome is working, then our solution is working. So for 69 euros per month per machine, well, basically, you would make it even probably by generating less than 15 minutes availability each month in your factory. But with the system, we're actually talking about hours and potentially tens of hours of undiscovered availability. So very cost-efficient way to start monitoring your data and making the right decisions. So moving on to the references, we have a couple of hundred customers all across Europe. Over here, I just chose some to show you how different the clients might be. We have these chemical companies, we have dairy companies, electrical companies, metalworks, woodworks, plywood, you name it, we have it. So however complicated do you think your factory is, we will find a way to measure it. Either it's pieces, meters, work time, it could be temperature, humidity, whichever you need. We most probably have the solution for it. So when we have reached the end quite quickly, thank you all for listening. Hopefully it was interesting, or at least gave you some new ideas on how to get the production data from your factory. You can contact me through my email, kaspar@globalreader.eu. You can write to me through LinkedIn. Please contact me through phone. We have also created this landing page. Just click on it. So globalreader.eu/machine. You will get the free trial as you were participating in this webinar. Just write to me your name and your email. We have gathered quite a lot of data over here, some explaining videos, values, what we see where you would get the benefits from. Frequently asked questions, for example, do we have an app? Yes, we do. Or how does our software work? Very nicely. But okay, so you would get order free trial. Basically, we would set up the video meeting and to discuss how our product and our services would fit into your production the best. So please visit globalreader.eu/machine or write to me to Kaspar@globalreader.eu or just write to me through LinkedIn. You can also use our company's overall contact email or number. It will all be forwarded to me. So thank you everyone for listening. Hopefully it was interesting, and hopefully you will participate in our next webinar also. So thank you and hope to hear from you soon. Bye.